Hello friends, I hope you're having a really good day today, and thanks so much for stopping by. I think most of us really enjoy sharing our favorite makeup products, but the products I'll be sharing with you today may be a little bit different for one major reason. You may never have heard of many of these brands, but all of these products are really wonderful for those of us with mature skin, so I'm excited to share them with you today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. My name is Elise, and I'm a professional working makeup artist who specializes in helping those of us over 50 look and feel our very best. I hope you'll enjoy today's video, and if so, I also hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. And a warm welcome as well to those of you who are returning. I feel so grateful every day to have such a wonderful group of loyal supporters on this channel. So a huge thank you. Now, I do know that many of you watching are incredibly savvy about makeup and are very knowledgeable about a huge range of brands and beauty products as well. But I have a hunch that perhaps 2 or 3 of these brands might be new to you. At least, I hope a few of these brands will be fun surprises for you because they're all really good. So let's first jump into focusing on eyes. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the brand I'm going to be using for eye primer if you happen to watch the QVC Home Shopping Network. Makeup artist Mabelline is a long-time fixture on QVC, and most of her products can be found there as well as on her own website. I love her eyeshadow base, and since this is a product I use in my makeup kit when I work with clients, I'm going to scrape a little bit of this product out onto a palette first for sanitary reasons and then apply it. I'm also going to first blot off the oil that I have on my eyelids. And my eyelids get pretty darn oily, so I always have to do this before applying any kind of eye primer. That looks better. So I'm taking just a little bit of this. It's a really easy to spread cream and going to go across my entire eyelid area, from the bottom all the way up to my brows. As you can see, this is a really perfect color for me, and I'm really sad that she discontinued this one particular product. But there is another one that she's come up with, and I'll share that with you in a minute. And you want to make sure to get it all the way down to the lash line as well. Putting a little bit of extra here because I have some veins that really show through. As I mentioned, this particular product is no longer being sold separately, but she does have a product called Perfect Prep Brightening Shadow Base Duo, which includes 2 eye primers, one matte and one shimmer, and it comes in 2 different color combinations as well. They're meant to brighten both the eyelid and the under eye area. She recommends using the matte formula under the eyes, and the shimmer or the matte can be used on the eyelids. I'll put a link to this product in the description box below, as well as all the other products that I'll be using today. So now let's move on to eyeshadow. This is my favorite eyeshadow quad from another makeup artist's makeup line, which is on QVC. It's the Ultimate Eyeshadow Quad from Eve Pearl's line of products. The bone, brown, and black colors are matte, and the gold, green, and pink have a little bit of shimmer. What I love about this quad is that I don't think any of us would necessarily put this particular color combination together, but it's a knockout combination, and it's very highly pigmented as well. I'm going to apply it the way Eve Pearl suggests applying it on QVC. And by the way, I think you'd really enjoy watching her talk about this palette and also demonstrating it on QVC. So I'm going to put a link to her demonstration with this palette on QVC in the description box below. And I also love using this Eve Pearl brush to apply the eyeshadow. It's number 207, and it's her liner highlighter brush. And this is what the brush looks like. It's dual-ended with this thinner part on one end for eyeliner, and on the other end is this thicker brush for actually applying the eyeshadow. The first step is to apply the lightest color all over the lid, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is a bone color shade which pretty much matches my skin tone, as a matter of fact. And I'm applying that everywhere, all the way up to my brows. Then she recommends dipping into the black and then the green and applying that combination along the outer half of the eyelid for eyeliner. So I've dipped into both colors, the green last, and I'm just going to apply it right along the outer edge. And by the way, when you see her demonstration, I think you'll find it interesting that she just applies it in a fairly messy manner, and she says that's perfectly okay, and you'll see her work with that. And actually, I'm applying it in a pretty messy manner as well. I'll do the other eye. I'm starting in the middle and just doing the outer part of it. And as you can see, because it's really highly pigmented, it works really well as eyeliner. Then she applies the brown with the green as eyeliner on the inner part of the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next. Go across the inner part of the lid with the brown and the green. And I must say that in some videos, I've also seen her just use the brown and the black together on this inner portion of the eyelid. Then she uses what's left over on the brush to create the outer V in the crease that connects with the eyeliner. And again, I'm using the thinner brush, and I'm just doing the outer part of the crease. And I'm going to bring it up along the outer part of the eye. And I'm going to do it slightly differently from Eve because I'm going to go up a little bit higher on the outer corner to create my backwards 7, so it helps lift my eyes a little bit more. The outer part of my crease, and then lifting up a little bit higher, and then connecting it with this lower part where the eyeliner is. And as you can see, it's looking pretty messy. That's okay, we'll fix that. Next, she dips the larger end of the brush into the pink color and brushes it over the outer part of the lid and along the outer V crease area that we just put brown on top of. There is something absolutely beautiful about the combination of this brown and pink. It really lightens the brown and it just gives such life to the eyes. I really love it. Can you see what a difference this made by adding the pink? Then she goes ahead and dips the same end of that brush into the gold and puts the gold in the center of the eyelid. Now her thinking behind this is that this helps brighten that eye and that every time you blink, it looks really lovely. And then the lightest color is next, and it's applied on the inner part of the eyelid. Apply that here, and I'm going to go on the inner corner as well to brighten that area. For the last step, she likes to apply a thin line of black eyeliner close to the lashes. I'm going to go ahead and use this really wonderful self-sharpening Doll 10 eyeliner right along my upper lash line. And I can always go over it with the black or the brown eyeshadow if I want to soften the look of the eyeliner. And using the eyeshadow also helps cover up any mistakes that I might make. So this is a Doll 10 eyeliner, and look at that beautifully sharp point. It's like that every time I unscrew the lid because it is self-sharpening. Then I'm going in with the brush with the eyeshadow on it, and I'm just going to soften this line a little bit. Then for under the eyes, Eve Pearl suggests getting the brush a little bit damp and then going into the brown and green and applying just a little bit of that on the outer part under the eyelid. And then bringing it up slightly. Eve Pearl says that what the green does is really just brighten up and liven the eye area. The shimmer in the green is what does that. She also suggests taking some of the gold and putting it right under. She also says that if you make a mistake anywhere, you can use the gold as sort of an eraser to cover it up. And she does point out that you can use these shadows wet or dry. And just going back to the Doll 10 eyeliner for a minute, on QVC this eyeliner is available in Amethyst, Emerald, or Peridot separately, and on HSN, one of the other home shopping networks, you can buy a set of 3 of these eyeliners, and the set contains Black Amethyst and Cocoa. On HSN, there's also a 5-piece set of these eyeliners that includes Black Navy, that's one color, Cocoa, Black, Taupe Shimmer, and Indigo. Next comes mascara. The mascara I'm going to use is one which I mentioned previously when I did an entire video focusing on a brand new minimalist clean beauty brand called Merit. And I'll put a link to that video in the description box in case you're interested in learning more about this particular clean beauty brand. Merit has a tubey mascara called Clean Lash Lengthening Mascara that works really well for sensitive eyes. It's meant to define, separate, and lengthen lashes, and it doesn't smudge. And it's probably one of the most beautiful mascaras that I've ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and apply my mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. The next step is my face primer, and I'm using one I really love from Eve Pearl because of how moisturizing it is. It's her primer moisturizing treatment that helps diminish the look of pores and fine lines, and it also has a cosmonutrient ingredient called astaxanthin. It doesn't feel the least bit slippery on the face as some primers do. In fact, it feels really wonderful and moisturizing, and you just need a very small amount. So I'm rubbing a little bit between my fingers and just applying. Oh, I love the feel of this. So she suggests that you can use a little bit of this primer on a makeup sponge and use it to clean up any fallout under your eyes. And as you can see, I did exactly that with this sponge. The foundation I'm going with today is Eve Pearl's HD Dual Foundation. It's a cream foundation, which I frankly thought I'd never wear because I've always thought cream foundations were a bit heavy feeling. But this cream foundation feels very lightweight, and I love the fact that it's really buildable from light to heavier coverage. And what I also love is that in this one foundation compact, there's both a lighter and a darker shade. It's possible to purchase the foundation with a 50-50 split between the two colors, or there's another product option that has a smaller amount of the lighter color, which is what I have here. Having this lighter color makes it possible to adjust the color of the foundation depending on the time of year. Most of us do need a slightly darker shade during the summer, or the light color can also be used as a light contour shade, or you can simply mix the two together to come up with the shade you need. It comes in 6 shades, it's non-greasy, and it provides a lovely matte finish. And of all the foundations I have, it probably provides the very best coverage. So I'm combining the two colors. Just going to dot some on first in the areas where I need it most. And depending on the coverage you want, you can always put a smaller or greater amount of product on. Then I'm using my favorite buffing brush, which happens to be from Eve Pearl. This is number 201. And I'm going to blend it in. It doesn't feel the least bit heavy on the face. I use this on clients all the time, and they love it. Now there are a couple areas where I want a bit more coverage, so I'm just going to dot a little bit on. And I'm going to bring it down onto my neck. For concealer, I'm using my Eve Pearl Dual Salmon Concealer. It has a color correcting color on one side and a second color, which is a slightly lighter color than the foundation on the other side. And as you saw, I definitely need to order another concealer. The concealer also comes in 6 shades. Since I'm out of the lighter shade, I'm going to go ahead and use e.l.f.'s Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Beige. I'm going to put Eve Pearl Concealer on first in the color correcting salmon color, and then I'll put the Fair Beige over it. I'm just going to dot on some of the salmon color from the Eve Pearl Concealer, which is also nice and creamy. And when it hits the skin, it really melts into the skin. And of course, it also helps that it's fairly warm in the studio, so that helps it melt in quickly. I'm taking a little bit of the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer, and I'm just patting it over that color corrector from Eve Pearl. And this lighter color just helps brighten up that under eye area. And so my concealer doesn't crease, I'm going to take a little bit of my Mabelline Banana Powder. Unfortunately, I'm cheating a bit here because I just don't have a powder in a brand that I think you wouldn't already know about. And I'm just pressing that in slightly. First, I'm going to make sure there's no creasing and then press in the powder. And while I'm at it, I'm going to just put a little powder in my T-zone area. To contour, I'm going to use the darker side of the Eve Pearl foundation in the color Tan. It works really well as a contour and it glides on beautifully. Again, I'm going to scrape a little bit of that color out onto the palette for sanitary purposes. And here's what the tan shades look like. I'm going to use the darker of these two colors. And I'm just going to put them under my cheekbone from my temple down and put a little bit along the bottom of my jawline. Whoops, got a little too much there. And because this is a foundation, it will blend into my other foundation really easily. As you can see, it's just dark enough so it gives a little bit of contour without being too heavy. Now, if it were an event or something special I was going to, I might use a deeper contour shade, but this one is just fine for daytime use. And I'm going to bring it down onto my neck, make sure I get the forehead area. And I'm going from a backward C into a backward 3. That's an easy way to remember where to put the deep contour. I got a little too much here. I'm taking my foundation brush and I'm going back over it to really blend it in. And I'm going to do that all around the contouring area. For blush, I'm going to share with you several cream blush options from 4 different brands. This first one is a staple in my makeup kit. It's RCMA's Cream Blush Palette. RCMA stands for Research Council of Makeup Artists, and their products are available through several different online sites. This palette has 5 different colors going from cool to warm, but these colors can be purchased individually through the Camera Ready Cosmetics site, which I've linked in the description box below. They're very wearable colors and they glide on easily. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these 5 colors because, as you'll see, some work best on warm undertones and some work better on cool undertones. This is what the RCMA palette looks like, and I've swatched the colors going from the lightest to the deepest shades, going from top to bottom on my hand. And here are the swatches. The 3 pink colors are on top, then there's the coral, and then there's the deeper burgundy color. Next are blushes from 3 different clean beauty brands, RMS, Ilia, and Merit. RMS has 7 different cream blush colors, including these 2, Demure and Modest. And here you have the 2 RMS colors. Demure is on top and Modest is below it. And they can be used both on cheek and lip. Ilia also has a product called Multi-Sticks, which can be used on both cheeks and lips as well. The Multi-Sticks come in 8 shades, and here are 2 of them, At Last and Ladybird. Here's what the Ilia products look like. And here are the 2 colors. At Last is on top and then Ladybird beneath it. But my favorite clean beauty brand blush that you may never have heard of is from Merit. It's their Flush Balm Cream Blush, which comes in 5 different colors, and let me show you 2 of them, Cheeky Pink and Raspberry Beret. And here are the 2 Merit blush colors. Cheeky's on top and Raspberry Beret is beneath it. In the Merit line, there's also a gorgeous terracotta blush, one in soft peach, and a burgundy. These are not only beautiful colors, but they apply more quickly and easily than any other blush product that I have. For my blush today, I'm going to apply the 2 darker pink colors from the RCMA palette called CTV and Gina Pink. They blend in so easily. I love these colors. I have 2 different highlighters that I want to share with you today. One is from Laura Geller, who's on QVC, and one from a company called YBF, which is on HSN. The Laura Geller highlighters are called her Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminators. They apply like a powder, but they feel like a cream. And as of the date of this filming, there are 5 colors that are on sale on our website, and I'll swatch them for you so you can see what they look like. This is the Peach Glow color, which is gorgeous, and here's what that color looks like. Next is Gilded Honey, and here's the swatch of the Gilded Honey. This next one is called Ballerina, and here's Ballerina. This has a bit of a bronzy pink glow. And the very last one is called Diamond Dust. Diamond Dust has a very pink shift to it. They're all absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and use the YBF Cream Illuminator, which applies beautifully and also provides a lovely medium glow. Here's what it looks like. As you can see, the illuminating cream is pretty well used up. It also comes with a neutralizing cream that has a yellow cast to it. And here's a swatch of the YBF Cream Illuminator. I just love how easily this glides on. So I think you can get a pretty good idea of the glow. I'd say it's in the medium glow range. But of course you can always shear it out to get an even lighter glow. You can use your finger to do that or a damp sponge. And finally, let's take a look at some beautiful lipsticks and glosses. Eve Pearl has this Ultimate Lip Palette, which has a beautiful array of colors, and you'll certainly be able to see the ones that I tend to use most often. First, I'm going to go ahead and apply some concealer and my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner, and then I'm going to apply this gorgeous fuchsia color from Ilia called Knockout. And here's a swatch of the Knockout color from Ilia. First, using my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. And I just have to laugh at this lip liner because it is so down to the nubs. Finally going to have to invest in a new one soon. This is the color Bold Orchid from the L'Oreal Age Perfect line. On top of the Ilia product, I'm going to combine a couple of the Eve Pearl colors called Vampire Kiss and Baby Doll. Then for my gloss, I'm going to go with a gorgeous gloss palette from a company called 3 Custom Color Specialists. They have a favorites gloss palette, which looks like this, and one called Perfectly Pink, which is this one. I went with the very lightest shade in the palette. So we now have a completed look, and frankly, I love all of these products that I shared with you today that are from not so well-known makeup brands. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope in the comment section below that you'll share your not so well-known makeup products that you really love. Until next week, I wish you good health and happiness and hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day. Take care.